Living doll. Why she wants my soul and how to get rid of her? Have you ever felt the presence of someone watching you, even when you were alone? That eerie feeling that something is not quite right, that you are being observed by an unseen force? Well, let me tell you a bone-chilling story that will make your skin crawl and leave you wide-eyed in fear. It's a tale about a living doll, a malevolent entity that craves souls and seeks to torment and possess those unfortunate enough to cross its path. Once upon a time, there was a small, quaint town tucked away in the shadows of towering mountains. The townsfolk lived simple lives, unaware of the darkness that lurked beneath their seemingly idyllic existence. It all began with an innocent little girl named Emily. She was an ordinary child, with rosy cheeks and bright eyes, but there was something peculiar about her favorite possession, a doll named Abigail. Abigail was no ordinary doll. She had porcelain skin, luscious locks of golden hair, and piercing blue eyes that seemed to follow you wherever you went. Emily adored Abigail, treating her like a real friend, confidant, and playmate. But there was a sinister energy surrounding Abigail, an energy that whispered secrets in the dead of night and cast a haunting presence throughout the house. As Emily grew older, strange things started happening. Objects would move on their own, whispers echoed through the hallways, and the temperature would drop inexplicably. At first, Emily brushed off these occurrences, attributing them to a vivid imagination. But as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, she couldn't ignore the unsettling reality anymore. One evening, while Emily was sitting in her bedroom, she noticed Abigail's eyes had changed. They were no longer the innocent, welcoming blue she had grown accustomed to. They had transformed into a malevolent shade of crimson, filled with a hunger that sent shivers down her spine. From that moment on, Abigail's intentions became clear. She wanted Emily's soul. Night after night, Abigail tormented Emily, haunting her dreams and whispering dark thoughts into her mind. The young girl's once cheerful disposition turned into a state of perpetual fear and paranoia. The lines between reality and nightmares blurred, as Abigail's influence grew stronger with each passing day. Desperate for answers, Emily turned to an old, wise woman in the town who had a reputation for dealing with the supernatural. The woman, known as Madame Eliza, possessed knowledge of ancient rituals and incantations that could banish evil spirits. She agreed to help Emily, but warned her of the dangers that lay ahead. Madame Eliza explained that Abigail was not just a doll, but a vessel for a malevolent entity that had been unleashed upon the town many years ago. The doll had a cursed history, having claimed the souls of innocent children in its insatiable thirst for power. The only way to break free from Abigail's grasp was to perform a ritual that required immense courage and sacrifice. The ritual had 3 crucial steps. First, Emily had to gather 7 rare herbs, each representing a different aspect of protection and purification. These herbs were scattered across the town, hidden in places where darkness reigned supreme. Emily would need to face her deepest fears to retrieve them. Next, she needed to construct an altar using ancient symbols, drawings, and objects of personal significance. This altar would serve as a beacon of light, a stronghold against the malevolence that Abigail embodied. It required intricate craftsmanship and unwavering dedication to detail. The final step was the most perilous of all. Emily would have to confront Abigail directly, face to face, and recite an incantation that would sever the doll's connection to the evil entity it housed. But this would come at a great cost, as Emily's own soul would be put on the line. It was a gamble, a high-stakes game of life and death. With Madame Eliza's guidance, Emily embarked on her treacherous journey. She delved into the darkest corners of the town, facing her worst nightmares and overcoming countless obstacles. The townsfolk, oblivious to the darkness that plagued their lives, watched in both awe and terror as Emily's quest unfolded before their eyes. Days turned into nights, and nights turned into weeks. Emily's determination remained unyielding, her spirit unbroken. She faced countless dangers, narrowly escaping death's clutches on multiple occasions. The town became a battleground between light and darkness, as Abigail's power grew stronger with each passing day. Finally, the day of reckoning arrived. Emily stood before Abigail, her heart pounding in her chest, her hands trembling with fear and anticipation. She recited the incantation, her voice filled with a mix of desperation and unwavering resolve. The room trembled, as if the very fabric of reality was being torn apart. In one final act of defiance, Abigail let out an ear-piercing shriek, her porcelain skin cracking, and her crimson eyes fading away. The malevolent entity, now severed from its vessel, dissipated into the ether, leaving behind only an empty doll. Emily had prevailed, but at what cost? As the dust settled, the town slowly returned to its peaceful existence, blissfully unaware of the battle that had taken place. Emily became a legend, a symbol of hope and resilience. Her story traveled far and wide, serving as a cautionary tale for those who dare to toy with forces beyond their comprehension. So, dear reader, the next time you find yourself entranced by the mesmerizing gaze of a doll, remember the tale of Emily and Abigail. Beware the innocent facade that hides a darkness waiting to consume your very soul. And should you ever find yourself face to face with a living doll, know that there is always a way to fight back against the forces of evil. But remember, the price of victory may be higher than you could ever imagine.